Hey everybody, it's Preston here. aka Godzilla Hawk. Um, it's been a while since I've been here trying this live stream thing. Um, hang on just a sec. Um, yeah, sorry. I haven't done a live stream in a long while. It's since what WrestleMania. Since I did a couple of WrestleMania matches, live reactions. Um, since tomorrow's New Year's Day, want to wish everybody that's out there right now. For some people, it's already New Year's. Happy New Year. I guess you could say this is kind of a Happy New Year's stream here. So basically, what this is just the name of the title of the video. This is going to be a fun Q&A. So question, you can ask me anything, and I'll try and answer as best as I can. So if you want to do that, we're just going to chat, have a good time. And then I want to give my honest thoughts about AEW because AEW has had quite a few issues as of late. And there's just some things I want to talk about. Like, for example, guys like just Alex, the former Deluxeman, just talked about a recent video on some issues with AEW and stuff like that. So, and others, I saw Monster has done their own fair share of videos and opinions about. So I just want to do my personal take, what I like to see. So I know I know it's Sunday Night Football. I know we got Packers and Vikings going on right now. As a matter of fact, it's on my TV right now. I got to mute. So yeah, but yeah, I'm actually watching the NFL for first time, first season, my first ever NFL season from top to bottom. So I'm checking out. So my Jaguars just got a big win over the Panthers. So hopefully they'll beat the Titans next week. And hopefully we'll see what happens with them. But I don't think they're going to win any playoffs or go to Super Bowl or anything like that. But yeah, so I'm doing that. We got the XFL and USFL merger to the UFL. Spring Football League come out on March 30th. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Even though my Seattle Dragons rumored to not be part of the team, so I'm a little bummed up about that, but we'll see what happens with that. We're supposed to be getting more announcements about teams tomorrow, so hopefully my Dragons are in. I'd like to see them back in. But yeah, so basically this video, I'm just gonna shoot the shit. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna chat. I'll be on here as long as it needs to be. But before we continue on, one more thing. I am officially doing the Royal Rumble contest again. So if you have not seen the video or if you're not aware, I did make the announcement on my latest video that I did on Royal Rumble contest 2014 announcement. So for those of you that are new, I'll do kind of a brief summary of it. Basically, whatever one you get, basically, I drop the number, I get a name, and then whatever number you get now will be the man or woman in the respective Rumble that you have to rely on. It's free, no charge. If you win, you get to pick a match for WrestleMania for me to do live reaction to, except for Logan Paul match. I'm not doing that. If you want more details about that, please go watch the video, the Royal Rumble contest video. The link is down below. Or you just go on my page and find it. It's literally the last video I did. And you can do that. And then just put in Royal Rumble in the comments down below if you want to be in it. I only have just a few more spots left already. So for those of you that have already commented and applied, thank you so much. That means a lot. I love doing these Royal Rumbles contests. And since this is the 10th annual Royal Rumble contest, I think I'll probably do my own custom-made promo package later down the road. I want to make sure I get all these names in. If I could get all these names in time, these next 3 or 4 names taken care of, then hopefully everything will be good. I know there was some miscommunication recently with somebody. I won't mention names, but they blocked me. Now they unblocked me and they removed their comments. So I don't know if they'll be back into doing the video, my Rumble contest or not. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But if they are listening, you know who you are. If you are listening, hopefully everything's good between us. Everything's fine, whatever it was. Hopefully I could see you back at your first ever Rumble contest tonight. It would be greatly appreciated. And good luck to your Falcons. I know the Falcons didn't win today, but hopefully they'll win at least their last game. So, but yeah, so we'll start with that. So we actually do have one question. We'll answer this very quickly. Well, for number one, who actually won the men's Rumble contest last year. So we got a former Royal Rumble contest winner. Well, for number one, greetings to you too. Were you ever a fan of Married with Children? I am. It was one of those shows that was very late, honestly. I just watched it, the complete series, recently, a few years back. I love the show. I love Married with Children. I have the entire season, the entire series, complete series on DVD actually in my house. It's actually not in this room. It's in a different room, but with some other DVDs and some leftover stuff because my room isn't really too big. I can only fit so much at a time. But yeah, no, I do own Married with Children, and that's in the other room. But I do have the complete series of that. So yes, I am a fan of Married with Children. No Ma'am, Al Bundy, Bud Bundy, yum yum, come get me some. I love that stuff. You couldn't get away with that stuff today, but hilarious show. I love it. So yeah, I'm a fan of that show. So while we're going ahead and wait on people chatting and getting in here, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the AEW front things because what I'll do is I'm going to talk about some AEW stuff, what stuff I would like to see improve on. And while I'm doing that, you can chat with me, leave some questions, and then I'll kind of go back and forth, answer questions. And then if you are asking me questions or you want to chat after I'm done with the AEW thing, I'll stay here as long as you guys want. And we'll just shoot for the rest of the night. And we'll try to have a fun time. We already got 3 people following. Pretty cool. So I know, Will, for number one, I know you're watching this right now, which is cool. So appreciate that. So thank you for that. And then we already got 2 likes, which is awesome. Thank you. So if you're watching this, please go in the chat room and chat with me. I'm not going to buy or anything like that. Okay. It's okay. I might have to leave for just a minute. Sorry, 1 second here. I got an important text here. Feel free to comment and chat with me for a few minutes. I need to check this essential point. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, family relative is texting me right now. They're asking me something personal, so I apologize for this. Stuff like that. I apologize, guys. I gotta go. I gotta take care of something very quick. Stay tuned, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be back in just a minute. I gotta take care of something. So please don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a minute. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm back for right now. Thank you for being patient with me. just had to take care of something very quick. Hopefully, we won't get any more interruptions here. I'll have to just quickly leave in just a minute to just load some laundry very quick, and then we'll be good to go. Excuse me. So anyway, so we're going to talk about AEW on things that we can improve. And like I said, once we're going through that, please ask me anything, chat. Please don't be shy. We have a few people watching right now. Please feel free to chat. It's okay. So with AEW, I know we just had World's End, and hang on one second, just want to make sure. Okay, still checking. So with AEW, I know there's been some issues, whether creatively or other stuff going on right now. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started on the things I'd like to see. First of all, the Continental Classic. We just got that taken care of. Eddie Kingston is now the new Triple Crown champion. Look, for Eddie Kingston, he's a big fan of All Japan Pro Wrestling. Some of his favorite wrestlers were Triple Crown champions. So for him personally, this meant a lot. And it was important for him, and I understand it, and that's really cool to see. I'm happy for the guy. Something he's always wanted. I'm happy. But that being said, no one cares about this Triple Crown stuff. No one cared about creating a new championship. We don't care about Ring of Honor. We don't care about the New Japan Strong title. We don't care about another title. We don't. What we expected the Continental Classic to be was a G1 Climax where the winner got a shot at the AEW World Championship in the near future, not some Triple Crown stuff. And to me, this tournament kind of felt pointless because all this led to was just, we got a title that could beat the other promotions. And I'm like, but we already have that. It's called the AEW International Championship. Well, the point of that title is to defend it across the globe. So why do we need to create a brand new championship and now unify the Ring of Honor and New Japan Strong titles here on AEW? That's just more championships that we don't need on AEW. And that's another thing I'll get to in just a minute. That's an issue for that. I don't care. I don't care about the Triple Crown stuff. So if they really want to make this tournament important, just simple. Make it for the AEW World Championship. Make it the winner of this tournament starting next year. Winner gets a future shot at the AEW World Championship. That's simple. It ain't hard at all. I don't care about Triple Crown stuff. I don't care. That should be the goal. It should be the AEW World Champion. That's what it should be. And I hope that's what the case is going forward. Now, if you really need this Triple Crown stuff going on, there is one way you can make this work. First, the Triple Crown 3. Get rid of the Ring of honor title, stick it in Ring of Honor. Take the New Japan Strong title, stick with New Japan. Now, if I can't get rid of the Continental Championship, if that's not an option, then here's what you can do. Strip the titles so it's just the one Continental Championship. And if you want the Continental Championship to be a championship in the Continental Tournament going forward, that's fine. There is a way you can make it work. Do something like this. Whoever holds the championship, if they successfully retain the championship 3 times, then they can surrender the title, vacate the championship, and they can get a future shot at the AEW World Championship. And then that Continental Championship remains vacant until the tournament the following year comes back up, and then the winner fights for the vacant championship, and everything goes, everything continues like that. At least so you can keep the Continental Championship. It's strictly AEW. The Ring of Honor, New Japan Strong titles can go separately and stay on their own path lane. And that way the tournament still has some more merit to it, where you're still getting a shot at the championship, but you have to defend this championship 3 times exactly 3 because it's a Triple Crown championship. So why not have it be where you have to defend it, successfully retain it 3 times consecutively? And then if you do, then you can get the title shot. I think something like that could be interesting. Make the Continental Championship a little bit more valuable. And it's a nice little loophole. So technically, you're not really fighting for the AEW World Championship, but you kind of are in the Continental Championship, in the Continental Classic. That's just one thing I think that would be kind of neat, make it stand out. So let's see here. Before we continue on with some more stuff, Wilfred asked him, what do you think about Val Venis challenging Rock to a debate? First of all, I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't give a shit. I don't know where this came from. And Val Venis is such a jackass. I don't care about Val Venis. He's a total loser. He's like Disco Inferno. He's a total loser. Not worth my time, with all due respect. So I can give a shit about Val Venis. The only thing I care about, anything involved with the Rock at this point, is this UFL, New Spring Football League merger they're doing. I'm more interested in that. The debate thing, I give a shit about Val Venis. I mean, I don't care about him. And in terms of the Rock, I don't care. It's the debate thing. I don't really care. And I don't know where this thing came from. But if Val Venis did challenge Rock to debate, Rock would just trash it. It'd just be one-side burial because Val Venis is a joke. But yeah, excuse me one moment. I did warn everyone I got to be back. I'm right here. See, right here. Okay, I'm back. So that should be the last interruption for a while. Apologize for that. So right now, still 3 people watching and only 1 person commenting. Come on, guys. Come on. Join the chat. I want to hear you guys. Let's have some fun here. Excuse me. All right, so where are we? Okay, so yeah, the Continental Classic. Just do something a little bit different like that, and it should be good. Another issue I have, kind of going to what I say about championships. Way too many fucking titles. You got all the AEW championships. You got the New Japan Strong Openweight title. You got the Ring of Honor championship. You got the Ring of Honor Tag Team championships. You got the Ring of Honor Television championship. You got the Continental Fake Championship, the FTW Championship. You sometimes have the AAA Championship on the line. Guys, we don't need this many championships. AEW should just focus on AEW titles. Every other title, the FTW title, retire it. It's not a real championship. It's a joke. It's not a real title. It is a placeholder title. There's no rhyme or reason for it. The Ring of Honor titles. You have a show called Ring of Honor. Take all the Ring of Honor titles and stick them in there. And what's ironic about that is the only Ring of Honor champion right now that should be on AEW television is Athena, the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, which I kind of find ironic. She's the one rarely on AEW and consistently on the Ring of Honor show, and she should be on AEW right now. It's kind of ironic. But we need to keep AEW and Ring of Honor and these other shows separate. AEW should just focus on AEW titles that we have. We don't need Ring of Honor. We don't need these makeshift championships. We just need to stick to AEW. We're watching AEW for the AEW titles, not about the other titles. So please, let's separate them completely. Because all this does is just take up spots. It confuses the audience, and it just makes the matches less meaningful. Let's not do that, all right? Let's move on from that. Another thing we can talk about, this one's a little bit more serious. I know I'm not going to go too much detail about this, but there have been reports about, Jericho and Kaylee Ray or Smiley Kylie Ray. I won't go into too many details about that because we don't know everything going on right now. But all I'm saying is it's messy right now. And if any of it turns out to be true, then Chris Jericho can go fuck off for all I care. Hoping this is not the case. I'm really hoping it's not. But one of the problems I'm having was when Tony Khan went to media scrum, and he basically did the same shit of, I can't talk about, let's talk about the show tonight. It was great pay-per-view, greatest pay-per-view ever, all that. And it's a safe working environment. It's the safest place here. We need seriously, this is seriously a problem that this goes on multiple ways. First of all, you're calling AEW the safest place ever in the wrestling business when you had Sammy Guevara got into fights with Andrade and Eddie Kingston. You have EVPs who are spreading fake lies and reports about guys like CM Punk getting other people fired when he had nothing to do with. You have Punk on the media scrum lashing out and going business for himself, eating muffins and cussing out everybody in embarrassing fashion. You have the Elite going to Punk's locker room, starting a fight with him and getting confrontation with him, and it breaks out to a fight. You have Jack Perry going for business for himself when Punk all wanted to do was just say, dude, don't use the broken glass. And basically Jack just said, fuck you, and called Punk out without his name on TV. And then that got to fight to the point where Tony Khan almost got assaulted, where Tony Khan said himself that he never feared his life more than he did that moment. So kind of ironic that this is considered the safest place out there. And don't even get me started on the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker shit. That's just embarrassing on itself. But Tony Khan needs to get his shit together. Like, making statements like that is laughably embarrassing. You can't call yourself the safest wrestling place in the world when literally half the shit in AEW is drama. Whether it's fighting, whether it's people throwing temper tantrums, whether it's allegations, it's ridiculous. It's just why. Tony Khan needs to stop making calls, stop doing stuff like that. Another thing, please, for the love of God, Tony, answer some fucking questions. What I mean by that is, here, I'll give you an example. I'm just going to do random. Hey, Tony Khan, I just want to know, there's a lot of free agents coming out in the world. Care to comment on some of those free agents? What do you think about them? No comment. I can't talk about that right now, but let's talk about All In next year in London. That's going to be a great show. And Dynamite's also going to be a great show. I think it's going to be the best show ever. And, tonight's show was the best pay-per-view I thought we ever did. It's the biggest buy rate ever. It's going to be great. You get my point. Stuff like that is constantly happening with Tony Khan, and it's no wonder why people don't like doing interviews with Tony Khan, because Tony Khan, it's not like once in a while he does where it's like, I can't comment on a certain thing. It almost seems like 90% of the time he will deflect that question and he's not going to talk about it. And then not only that, he deflects the commenting about it. And then talks about his show, talk about how great it was or how great it's going to be. It's like, that's not the question we asked. Someone literally asked about the whole Chris Jericho thing. Has there been an investigation involving Jericho? And what Tony Khan too? I can't comment on it. All I can say is this is the safest wrestling place in the world, the wrestling. And we're going to have a good show. And it's like, why are you doing it? That just seems so suspect. So suspicious. Why you make comments like that? Tony Khan needs to seriously start answering these questions better. And stop being afraid and stop trying to deflect every question. And look, I get it. There are going to be some things Tony Khan probably cannot talk about, like the Punk stuff. It's NDAs, can't talk about. Okay, I get that. But to deflect pretty much almost every other question like that, or other questions, is just, what's the point? Answer this guy a question. We know what he's going to say. He's predictable. So I hope Tony Khan puts his foot down and takes care of his talent and stops the drama and gets on that case. And I hope he's more open at answering questions so he doesn't look like a geek and a nerd and seem like, he's afraid. Okay. You're the boss. Answer the questions. I'm not saying you have to answer literally every single one, but at least on most of them, give us something. Give us something. Another thing, speaking of Tony Khan, I'd like to see change is these announcements. Tony Khan has a major announcement. It's All In. Tickets for All In sale come on Friday. What? What's the major announcement, Tony? We're going to be live on Friday for Rampage. What? It seems like most of these announcements, half these announcements aren't real announcements. When we're thinking announcements, we're thinking like a signee. We're thinking of a pay-per-view being a big pay-per-view announcement, or a big match coming up, or a partnership of some kind. Not a tickets come on sale early for a show a year in advance. Why are we doing this? This is dumb. Not everything needs to be a major announcement, especially if it's not really a major announcement. So please, Tony, please be better on the announcements. Really think about what you're going to say. Think about what you have to announce. And think about it like this. Is it worth promoting in advance? Or is it better to announce it during the show unannounced? Really think about that. Please, I implore you. Enough with the announcements. Please, we need less of them because it's become a meme at this point. So let's go ahead and take a break. I know Will Ferrell, I think, is probably still here. Nobody else is here. I'm kind of surprised that we had quite a few. Hopefully we get some more people on here. Like I said, I would really like to see more people here. I'm just checking something very quick. Yeah, so okay. So I'm just trying to figure certain things out here. I know it's football night, so probably not a lot of people. I know I said this, but give me a minute. I gotta wipe my nose. Okay, sorry about that. All right. So we got a few people back here. Cool. Join the fun. We're just talking right now. Feel free, like I said, you comment, chat during this video all you want. I'm just going to talk about some things I'd like to prove in AEW going forward. And I'll kind of go back and forth on the comments and questions if you're just join me. And also, link down below for my annual Royal Rumble contest, my 10th annual Rumble contest. It's free to join. All you have to do is watch the video, put in Royal Rumble if you want to be a part of it. If you win, great. If not, it's not a big deal. So please support me, like the video, and subscribe right now. It means a lot to me. So appreciate it. So that being said, the Tony Khan stuff needs to be fixed on that end, the announcements and stuff like that. Another thing, let's see. I just had something at the tip of my tongue. Another thing too. This might seem a little harsh, but I want everyone to understand this. If you're not going to use certain talent, if you have no plans for them, just fire them. Look, I know that sounds cruel saying it, but what I mean by that is there's so much talent, and it seems like there's a lot of talent that don't get any TV time, or I feel like they're just not going to be utilized to their potential. Do something with them or get rid of them. because I just feel like you're just wasting money on them. Get rid of them. Don't wait until their contracts expire. Just get rid of them. If you have no use for them, just fire them. I know it sounds cruel, but look, one of the reasons why we hate WWE for so long is because it felt like they were just firing a bunch of people almost every month. It was ridiculous. I understand Tony doesn't want to be that guy that just, I fire everybody. I get that, but at the same time, there should be a balance, If you really don't have any interest in somebody, if you have no use for somebody, either put in a Ring of Honor, or if you still got nothing for in Ring of Honor, to get rid of them. I don't understand why that's a big deal, why that has to be a big deal. To keep them around and waste money, and then you're just wasting their time. Look, there's talents I believe they should get rid of. I don't see any value. I mean, like guys I sat and said, I know he's part of the Jared Jay Lethal group, but he doesn't wrestle that often. He's only there because he's tall. I'm sorry. He's not charismatic. He's not a good athlete. He just brings nothing. He's not a ratings draw. I'm sorry, get rid of him. He'll save some money. That sucks for the guy. I got nothing against him as a person, but business wise, it's just I don't understand. Why keep him around? Just get rid of him. Lance Archer. They put him on Dynamite 1 minute, then he's gone off TV for months, and then they bring him back. And it's just like, it's inconsistent. What are you doing with Lance Archer? Are you actually going to use him? Because I would rather him leave, go somewhere else. Again, do something with Lance Archer, or just I would rather him, be released and he could go somewhere else. Just being honest with that. So I think Tony Khan should start firing more people. And I'm not saying go on a fire spree. I'm not saying like fire 440 people every day or something. I'm just saying look at the roster, look at what you have, think about what you have, and think about who are you really more invested in? Who do you have actual plans for? Who are people that could benefit for like Ring of Honor that you'll use on Ring of Honor? And if you have nothing for either show for this individual, just simply just say, we're going to get rid of you. Thank you. It's just, I just don't understand why that's so hard to understand. So that's one thing as well. Another thing. Now, I want to go back to just doing one pay-per-view every few months. Now, it seems like they're going to be doing. Now, as of right now, we don't have any pay-per-views coming up January, February, but I know we got Revolution in March, and there were rumors about doing a pay-per-view every month for AEW. I rather go back. I hope that that's not the case, and the format is still one pay-per-view every few months. I would rather do that. It's just a nice space. People can save some money and plus more time to build up the pay-per-views, build up a story, and do all that great stuff. I would like to see that. So if we're going to go that once a month pay-per-view route, please let's not do that. I'd rather do the pay-per-view once every few months with AEW. It just makes things a lot easier, makes things less hectic. You could build your stories. You could really build the matches. That's what I like to see. Another thing, too, involves pay-per-views. Why do we get so many pointless matches on pay-per-view? Orange Cassidy, who's the International Championship, was not on the pay-per-view World's End. The Acclaimed were not on the pay-per-view. They're your trios champions. We have to have Swerve and Dustin Rhodes. Now, I understand Swerve and Keith Lee was supposed to be originally the match, and unfortunately Keith Lee got injured, so he couldn't be. I understand that. But why was Swerve then on that pay-per-view if he was going to have a 9-minute match with a one-legged Dustin Rhodes? It couldn't have been just I took out Dustin Rhodes and that's it, more for setup. We really need a 9-minute match with those two? Really? That's the best we can do? Why did we have that random 8-man tag with Jericho and Don Callis family? Konosuke and Takeshita could have been challenging Orange Cassidy for that international championship on that pay-per-view. Instead, it was an 8-man tag and lost to Jericho, which, by the way, with Team Jericho stealing all of them. Just so they could get all those guys on the card. Why is that match on there? And if they're going to put that match on there, then why not put that on the kickoff? Or why not save that for a Dynamite or something? I don't get it. Why were the AEW Tag Team Champions just not being defended? I know the Jericho thing right now, it's bad taste, but before then, Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Ricky Starks and Big Bill. Have Big Bill Ricky retain. Not hard to do. You know? Not hard to do. The Gold Rush guys. Again, it was a fun opening 8-man tag, but again, why did we need that? Just get people on the card. We had a battle royal, 20-minute battle royal on the pre-show to get a shot at future TNT Championship. And that matchup had mostly mid-card jobber tag team guys. You're telling me you couldn't pick some of those other names? Like Hobbs, who's a former TNT champion? You could have put someone like Jay White in there? You could have put any of those men on that battle royal to kind of give it some more star power to make it a little less predictable? Seriously? You couldn't do that? It frustrates me that there's so many matches on the card that don't deserve to be on pay-per-view. And then there's matches you're like, why aren't they on the show? Why is this match on the show? Why is this championship not on the show? So I hope going forward, they put every championship in. Well, I mean AEW championship on the card, and if they're going to put a non-title match on there, make sure it makes sense, and not just some random 8-man tag or a shoe-in match like Swerve and Dustin Rhodes. Like, let's be honest, that's not pay-per-view worthy. No one cares about Swerve and Dustin Rhodes. If you wanted to do that match, just put that on Dynamite or Rampage or something, okay? I know that would suck for Swerve like that because that means he's not on the pay-per-view, but you could have improvised. You could just put Swerve in the Battle Royal. He could have been eliminated. And guess what? He doesn't take a fall. It ain't that hard. It's just I want them to do better with these cards and not overproduce on the cards and put a bunch of pointless matches on here that literally have no merit and they're just there for time killer. I mean, we don't need that. We need less of that. We need these pay-per-views to feel like they're big deal, like, oh, this match actually matters. This makes sense to be on pay-per-view. Not, well, Keith Lee's injured, so let's just put Dustin Rhodes in there with Swerve. Let's do a random 8-man tag, 2 8-man tags, just so we can get people on the card. It's lazy. It's lazy. It's back in the day when WWE used to do lazy shit. It's just lazy. It's not innovative. Stop doing that. Please. No more of that. So let's go ahead and take a break from that for a minute. We got a few other comments from Will Ferrell. So far, Will Ferrell's the only one that commented. Again, it is football. It's Sunday Night Football, so shouldn't be too surprised. But basically, Will Ferrell says, I completely agree with you about Tony Khan. His major announcements are usually a waste of time, especially if they're not really that major. Exactly. If it was a major announcement or worthy of the announcement, that's one thing. But just to say, making an announcement for sake of making an announcement, and then they'd say it, and it's such like a what? It's something he could easily post it on social media or just make the commenters say it during the show itself. It makes no sense. You know, if the announcement is legit important, it is a big deal, then you do the announcement, okay? But don't just say it for sake of it. You know, That would mean like say, hey everybody, I have a major announcement coming up. And then the following week, okay, ladies and gentlemen, my major announcement is I've got a new drink holder right here. It's instead of it being pink, it's green. So get your green cups now on Friday. See, that's just dumb, right? You look at it like I just wasted my time. Exactly. That's how it feels with half of his announcements. So I want him to cut back on that. Now, let's go on to another thing. Why are we hiring? Now let's move on to something else. First of all, we got Aaron. Is that the same Aaron? Is that the same Aaron from Game Exchange? Let me know if you're the same Aaron from a Game Exchange or if it's somebody else, because I know a few Aarons. But you're saying you agreed. Now let's talk about the women's division. The women's division has a lot of talent. I want to stand by that right now. When I say this is not any of the women's. It is Aaron from Game Exchange. Okay, cool. Hey, Aaron, thanks for joining me. It's an honor. And don't worry, you're still in the Rumble contest. So, but yeah, thank you, man. Glad you're watching. So, hope you have a good day. So, now let's talk about the women's division. I want to say this right now. When I make this, the women's division, the women are not the problem, okay? The women are extremely talented. You know, they got their own personality, the charisma. They're beautiful. They're talented. They got their own unique styles. I got nothing against the women individually. But the women's division is flat. Seriously, let me honestly be asking you one question. Besides Toni Storm with her gimmick, Thomas Toni Storm, which is great, and maybe once in a while Britt Baker, who I like to call the Charlotte Flair of the women's division. What real interesting stories do they have for the women? Ruby Soho in part of some storyline, some romance angle. Ruby Soho, one of the best talkers and athletes in that division, who should be a champion right now, is doing a romance angle. What was the story between Abaddon and Julia Hart? They were just both spooky. Why was Chris Statlander not challenging Julia Hart for that championship? You know, Statlander that never got pinned to lose her championship to Julia Hart, has never lost to Julia Hart in one-on-one, and it was in Long Island, New York, her hometown. You could have told that simple story and got fans invested. But instead, Chris Statlander's not even worth being on the main show. She's on a pre-show match. Sky Blue, I guess she's now finally heel. She was a babyface, then heel, then babyface and heel. It's like I can't keep track. I like Sky Blue. I think she's got a lot of potential. I think she's really proved immensely. Let's be honest. We all know her asset is the thing that's breaking the internet every 24 hours on social media. Which, by the way, Kyle Fletcher, you're a lucky man. Congrats. But in all seriousness, the women's division seems like Tony Khan just look. This is what I imagine Tony Khan doing. Oh man, we got Roosh and Heyman Page. Yeah, that's a good one. FTR and House of Black. That's kick ass. And oh yeah, I forgot. We need to have some sort of women's match. Great. We need a women's match. Put like I don't know. Put like Maria Shafir versus Ruby Soho. Put that on there. There you go. There. It just seems like Tony doesn't care. It just seems like let's have a random women's match on the card because we need to. And then half the time here's just a random championship match. No story, just random title match. Look, I like my wrestling and all that, but this is a common thing with not just me, but a lot of fans. The women are getting almost like the piss break treatment. It's not against the talent. They don't do anything wrong, but it just seems like there's no effort into putting real stories in the women's division. I mean, besides, like I said, the Tony Storm stuff with Mariah May, character-wise with that, and then the Ruby Soho stuff, even though it is a story we may not care for, there's not really anything interesting. Like, put some more effort. Book the women's division like you would do a guy's division. I don't understand how hard that is. Whatever you're booking for men, just do that, but just instead of 2 guys, it's women. I don't understand. Just put an effort in the women's division. Put a little effort on matches. Give the women more than just 1 match in 10 minutes at most. Sometimes less. You know, I want to see Ty Valkyrie on my show. I want to see Ruby Soho win on more shows. I would like to see Yuki Sakazaki. I would like to see all these women. I like to see all this talent going on. It's just I want to see this women's division flourish. I want to see put more effort into it. Put more effort into the matches and characters and, you know, everything. Because Ruby Soho, or I'm sorry, like Riho and Tony Storm, where was the actual story? Abaddon, Julia Hart, where was the story? Where was the effort? I don't understand. So I know we got Thunder Rosa back, which is awesome. Love Thunder Rosa. Serena Deep's coming back, which is great. And hopefully in the next few months, Jamie Hayter should come back, which would be a big deal. But I hope they put more emphasis on promos, segments, stories with these women, and put more effort than just having 1 random match and maybe like a minute segment. Let's get these women on TV more. Let's start getting them invested into characters and give them promo time. Get people want to invest in these women because these women are talented. It's not their fault. But if the bookers aren't treating them right, then why even have a division? I don't get that. So I hope that the women's division starting 2024 gets massively improved. We see some more effort into that division. Aaron, do you think MJF is leaving? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think. I know he hasn't said. I know it's been like floating around, always flip floppy rumors if he re-signed or not. I think he's staying. I think he honestly is staying. I know he's going to take time off because he's injured right now. That's probably one of the reasons why they had Joe win the championship because they want to give MJF time off because he is legit injured with the shoulder injury, so he's probably going to get a few months to heal. I think he's staying with AEW. He's not going to go anywhere, but I do think eventually he'll go somewhere like WWE. I mean, you gotta keep in mind the guy's only 27 years old. The guy's still very young. And, you know, by the time he goes to WWE, he might be 31. So he's still got a tired career. Still got plenty of time. He's not going to – I'm not saying he's going to stay in AEW forever, but I think he's staying. If anybody's leaving, Andrade is gone. I believe last night was his final match. That's why he lost and CJ Perry screwed him over. I think Andrade's done, and I think he is going back to WWE. I do believe that. But MJF, I think he is staying in AEW. They're just going to give him time off to heal. But Andrade, I think is 100% done. I'm pretty sure of it. But the women's division, I want to see more improvements on. So hopefully we get that going for it as well. Either of that, I think that's really all I have. I mean, I guess one little thing. Excuse me. I guess one little thing I guess I say, get Jeff Jarrett off my TV. I don't want to see him wrestling on TV every other day. I don't need to see him on TV. I'd rather see guys like Rush on TV. And fire Ric Flair because fuck the sexual predators like Ric Flair. Screw him. We don't need him. But I think those are just some of like the major problems I have with AEW. There's probably a few others I could think of. I just can't think of it on the top of my head. So basically, what I'm going to do now is I think that's pretty much it for the AEW side of things. So for everybody here that's still with me, if you guys want to come on in and just ask me questions about anything or just chat with me for a little bit, please chat right away, comment in the chat below, and I'll stay here as long as it takes. So if you want to chat with me, please feel free to. I got no problem chatting with you guys, but that's pretty much it on the AEW front. So everything else will be on you guys to find out if you want to do something. If you want to chat with me about something else, I'm here. I'll give you guys a minute. And then we have 2 people on here right now. So Aaron and Will Ferrell. So for you two, thank you for coming up here. I know we have 3 people watching right now and 3 likes, which first of all, thanks for the likes. But I'll give you guys a few minutes. And yeah, the Vikings and Packers game just started. So we're just going to check this out very quick. And Packers are going to get down on around the 20. So, yeah. So, I'm rooting for the Vikings. I'm more of a Vikings guy. But yeah, so I'll stay up here for a little bit, for a few moments. And like I said, if you want to chat with me, ask me any questions you want. It doesn't have to be wrestling. You can ask me anything if you want. If not, then that's cool. I'll go ahead and end the stream off. But I figured I'd give you guys a few minutes if you want to ask me anything. If not, I'll just click off the video and we'll handle it next time. And like I said, still got a few more spots open. I got to talk to somebody. Not right now. I want to give them some space right now, but I'll talk to somebody, see if they're still interested in the Rumble contest and not. But I want to wait at least a few days before I talk to them, just in case. So there's nothing with that. But again, if you are watching this, I don't know, but if you are, you know who you are. And again, we'll talk about this later privately. But yeah, so if you have any questions for me, you can answer right away. So let's see. And so far nothing. So Packers got 3rd down, so they have 1 more, and then looks like the ball's gonna get turned over to the Vikings. So like I said, Packers have the ball right now. They just got 3rd down. So happens with that, but with the Joe Barry defense, Packers are gonna be pretty screwed. But right now they're on offense. All right, Jordan Love throws the ball, and good catch by A7. I gotta admit, that was pretty good. Oh, no, wait, that's 4th and 7. Oh, okay, never mind. It's not outbound. I apologize. Oh, no, he didn't catch it. Oh, it fell out. Okay. I thought he did catch it. Okay, never mind. It was incomplete. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I haven't heard from any of you guys at all. Okay, I guess that'll be it then. So for those of you that joined me, thank you so much for joining me in this live stream. Okay, wait, here's Will Ferrell. How's Noah Wants doing? I don't talk to him anymore. He and I are no longer friends. No, he just stopped talking to me. He had a big ego, and he's just been very kind of self-centered, and he just feels like we're not important. Like I haven't talked to him. He hasn't talked to me. And there's a lot of few people that also agreed with me, as probably Noah. So for all I know, Noah could have moved out of his family's place. He could have gotten married. I have no idea. Last time I checked, he was in the wrestling business, trying to train to be a wrestler and all that, and that's about it. But yeah, Noah and I are not friends anymore. He doesn't talk to me anymore, and I don't really care for the guy. I don't wish any harm on him or anything like that, but wherever he gets, it's going to be karma. He just became very self-centered, entitled, and kind of egotistical, and I don't need that in my life. It's not worth it, but that's just me personally. But yeah, so but yeah, I think that'll do it, guys. So I think I'll do it right here. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and joining me. I know it's been a while since I've done a live stream, so I don't know how often I'll do these live streams. Hopefully, maybe I'll do some more. Again, if I could get the Rumble contest in sooner again, the sooner we'll do the draft. So stay tuned for the draft when Brandon and I do that. We usually do that together, and then I might try to get started very soon on a Rumble contest on promo package. Since it's the 10th annual Royal Rumble contest, I want to really build it up with that. But like I said, just need a few more spots for the contest, and then I still got the draft and all that. So we still have about a month before the Rumble show itself. And like I said, there will be 2 Rumble live reactions, one for the men, one for the women. I will be doing it regardless if it's by myself or with Brandon or whoever. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. All I'm going to say is take care of my peeps. Have a good night and have a happy new year. And see you guys next time.